Greetings, most honorable listeners and masters of the martial arts. I am Travis.
No.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, okay. I'm Chris. I was wondering what happened.
I'm Big Los.
And this is CTE, and this is going to be an experience
man.
for you. Now, they're laughing because this is the first time they saw that video.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't show it beforehand, but we have an intro now.
Nice.
But like always, we start with music. All right, make sure
what you got for us, Trav.
Yeah, no cussing.
Good job this time.
Of course, we're gonna be talking about Atlanta, the Battle of Atlanta that happened this weekend. But before we do that,
yes, sir.
We had to switch it up because a lot of people came to Atlanta this weekend. I can't do it without the anthem.
Welcome to Atlanta, jacking hammers and bows. Back to the mackin' and jacking the clothes. Adolescents packing the foes. A knock on the door. Who is it? I would happen to know the one with the flow.
Who did it? All right, who did what this weekend at the Battle of Atlanta? All right, before we get to all of that, Los, how was your weekend? Because I know what Chris did. He was down there. He was here in Atlanta. So how was your weekend, Los?
Weekend was good. It was my mom's birthday, so we kind of celebrated with her over the weekend. So good times. Good to see family and everything. So it was nice. That's about it for us. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right.
I was about to share our Facebook post, and then I saw a post. I'm just gonna say it. Jesse just posted and said Tyson Ray got called out for the virtual fight tour.
What? Who?
I don't know. He said let's sign the paperwork. So I don't know what fight is gonna happen, but it just kind of caught me by surprise right there. We'll get into that. So but anyway, Chris, how was your weekend?
Man, I had a great weekend. We were down at the Renaissance Waverly Hotel for the 2020 Battle of Atlanta, and we had a good time. But before we really jump into that, Trav, I gotta know, how busy was your weekend?
Bruh, I stayed in this house this entire weekend, reading a book, reading documents. I was fixing code. I was in this house all weekend.
Because you're the boss now.
Directing.
Exactly.
You were directing.
You're the boss.
I'm the director, so it's like, I got to do all this stuff. Like, because my boss, this is my CTO, my soon-to-be former boss is last week. So I have to make sure I know everything he does. So I'm in here studying, making sure I got all of the access to everything that I need to pay attention to. But also, we are supposed to launch a product this week. And one of our teammates just went on vacation and his part wasn't finished. So I have to try and figure out what he was doing. Plus my part was acting up on the specific thing. So I was in this weekend, I was up to 1 a.m. doing all kind of stuff, getting up at 6. I just had a busy weekend, but I did make time to turn on my laptop and look over and say, all right, who's fighting where, what's going on. And I made sure I watched some of the Battle of Atlanta.
Okay.
I only watched the fighting. Somehow I got to see the team fighting the open weight and the division. So somehow, some way, I just magically knew it was happening. And I turned it on. It was like, oh shoot, here it is. All right, let me watch some of this stuff. But yeah, there you go, Chris.
Oh, it was good seeing you, Elizabeth. Oh yeah, she fought well.
Yeah,
I only got to see her fight, but yeah.
What up, Jeff Sushi?
What up, Jeff Sushi?
Sushi's in the building.
All right, so we might as well jump right to it.
All right,
Battle of Atlanta.
Man, listen. You laughing?
Because
listen.
Even in watching it, I even saw
that was a job well done for everything that was going on. Nah, listen. I had to start off with that, man, because being part of the whole event and both sides competing and judging Watching what they did the absolute best that was, I mean, available, and everything went really smooth and really well. I have a feeling, we'll get into it in a little bit, but I have a feeling this is kind of going to be a trend moving forward. Go, Travis.
What do you mean? What do you mean by trend moving forward?
Yeah, I was like what you just said. We might as well get into that part right now before we even get into, because I know a lot of people probably watching just to see if we mentioned their name and what we said about.
Oh, we're probably going to mention some people's names.
But we'll get to y'all in a minute. But
we're definitely getting y'all in a minute.
We'll get to y'all in a minute.
No, if nothing else, we will keep the sessions.
Did it run? Listen, it moved and ran. Was it like
it was pretty spot on, pretty well oiled. A couple of things did a hiccups in a couple of the rings for Battle Mania, mostly because they weren't aware on how to run the double elimination sparring, and there were a bunch of people in that one ring all doing it, so all the divisions kind of had to wait for that ring and wait for those divisions to go. But other than that, every ring had its list of divisions that it did. It banged through those divisions, and then if there was a division that could be moved with other competitors that weren't all in the same ring for next division, they would move them over, and then you kind of would just do that. But only what was on the schedule. When you were done, you were done. You tried to get people, well, we got people out so they could bring in little fogger machines and spray everything and let it dry down and cool down, and then readmit everybody back into the building who was into that next session. So, I mean, it was as an organizational standpoint, it's probably where we will look to move forward, I would think, for events in the future. Because, I mean, you can do it in a bigger hall, and you can do the same exact thing.
Where in the Renaissance? I've been there a few times.
Okay, so they were in 3 rooms. They were in 3 rooms. The downstairs rooms right by that side, to the right of the elevator when you're walking in, that one hallway, that was still under belts, and they did the same thing in there. Okay. When you walk up and you go upstairs and you go where that ring is normally in the front, there was no ring in the middle. There was just like the vendors and weird social distanced out like perimeter. And then in the room over there before registration, that was still going. I think they had like 3 rings in there. And then in the main room where the nighttime show is, they had 4 regular rings and then 1 8x8 ring in the middle. And that was the stage because it took up less room than actually building and putting up a stage. That's where you saw where the team fighting was, and forms grand, men's and women's forms grands and all that stuff were. Division fighting was in there as well.
All right. Yeah. All right. What is Jeff talking about? I have no idea what you said.
Definitely agree.
That was making fun of how a room was empty. I mean, well, the fact of the matter is, it's
the room, but the rooms kind of have to be empty for them to be able to kind of have like the cleaning and things that they have to do. So,
well, probably when some of the divisions were competing is what they're saying. Like that.
I guess.
But I mean, listen, I
would rather that happen than we
overcrowded, overpacked
in the ring right by the ring, and it's supposed to be social distancing. Now, I would much rather see that than especially in a type of event. I was 4 miles away, and I was social distancing like a mother.
Right. There was some walls, there was some pads, there was some miles, there was some air.
Yeah, it was a lot of stuff happening. Like, nah. But anyway,
I all in all, like, man, I thought they did a really good job. I mean, they catered, they did well. The numbers weren't as bad, I don't think, as people thought they were. I think there were a lot more people there than
I was going to ask you, do you know what the numbers were? Did they has anybody
how was the underbelt numbers? That's the big, that's like the big
they were their number. I think the numbers were about 500 or so.
Wow. 500 what?
Competitors.
People or just competitors?
He said competitors. Stars. What I heard was 500 competitors, not 500 divisions, 500 competitors. Between all of it, from what I saw, plus what I saw in the other rooms, and then some of the underbelt stuff, I could see that.
I wasn't there, so I don't know. But I think last year, they only had 600 actual competitors. That's what I'm saying. So if it was the same as that,
well then I don't know.
Like I can see if it was like 500 starts, somebody doing 3 divisions, there's 200 people, and they're doing.
Maybe that's what it was. Then I don't know. Man, my guy, I don't know.
Yeah, but if people's like, we have 500 competitors, I'm like, all right, I don't know.
But that's like a person doing 5 divisions.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Right.
Yeah,
So they count as
like,
5
like
and not
last
1.
year,
Okay.
they're actual competitors, and if they're trying to get like it is
That
what it
makes
is.
sense.
I'm
No,
just
I'm
curious.
not. Then I'm not sure. I got
Yeah, because
So
I
Trav,
wouldn't
you really was like, I'm calling BS on this one because I don't think there's really 500 people there. That's what you're really trying to say. Because there's so many words.
Probably.
He said
like,
he heard it in the background. I'm just saying.
I didn't. Yeah, nobody told me directly. I didn't say, "Hey, how many people y'all got here?" Like,
listen, when he came on, he said that he was gonna do the event. I'm happy they were able to actually pull it off and have it happen for them. So, and then like how you said, you was impressed with how well they actually ran the sessions. I think that's really big.
Yeah,
to
man.
set,
everybody
to set
a
platform.
Yes, because I've been trying to say, no matter what happens, we should go back to something better instead of just going back to what we had.
Exactly.
And something like this is kind of like, and they kind of molded some of that off of what Jeremy and them do in Florida, what they've been doing, and how they've been running their sessions and ins and outs and all that stuff. So, I mean, the Renaissance Waverly was pretty involved with making sure that people were in and out in the front. They would be quick to ask people to put on their masks and make sure everything was okay while they were out in the common areas. So, I mean, it was like I said, I thought it was a great job all around for an event in this setting.
All right.
That's what's up.
That's the recap of the Battle of Atlanta. All right, let's move on now. Let's move on.
Wait, Chris, how'd you do?
We only did teams, and we lost to Straight Up in the team fighting, and then they ended up beating Team ATL after
That's
that.
where I was going.
Yeah, then what was the who was on Team ATL?
Team ATL was Jalen, Trey, and Trey Lazenby, and Jamond.
Okay.
Yep.
And then who won like divisions and stuff? I think I seen it somewhere. Kevin won heavyweight, the heavyweight grand?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Were there any like heavyweights there?
Yes.
There were
heavyweight. There were people in divisions.
That was what I'm saying. There were people.
Oh man, but there were people. Man, there was some.
That's what I'm saying. We're about to get all into that. We're about to get deep into all that right now.
All right. So where do you really want to start, Trav? Because
I want to start with the team fight.
Okay, team fight.
Let's start with that. I think that was first, right?
Yes.
All right. So I want to start with team fighting. It was it was only 4 teams, though, right?
4 teams.
Right.
Yes.
It was Straight Up, ATL, All Stars, and I cannot think of who the 4th team was.
The Miami made up team.
The Miami made up team. Okay. And who was on the? Do you remember who was on the Miami made up team?
I believe it was Rashad Ronald and Ray Mendoza, maybe.
I only saw like part of it. Like I only saw like.
I know it was definitely.
I remember seeing Rashad fight.
Mendoza and Rashad. Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, because the first fight was All Stars and Straight Up. No, second fight was All Stars.
Second fight was us.
ATL. So I remember seeing Trey
ATL.
fight. I remember seeing Jermon fight. I didn't know who the third person was. I didn't know it was Jalen until the next round. Who the next person?
Right. When they fought Straight Up. Yep.
So yeah. Jeremy said yes. It was Ronald, Rashad, and
Mendoza. Yep.
So yeah. So with that being said, I watched that fight and I was like, oh, Jermon's out there. Okay. Jay's out there.
Didn't know Jay was going. Nobody knew Jay was going.
You never know it, Jay. Jermon literally.
I don't think Jermon knows if he's going. I don't think
exactly
because I didn't see him on Saturday.
All right,
he wasn't on Saturday.
He wasn't.
No, not at all.
Jay probably showed up and then Trey and them was like, "You got your stuff? Sure." And he got out there and fought like that. That's how I looked at it. I don't get into it too deep. When I saw in his fight with Bailey, that's what it looked like to me. Like Jay just jumped out there to fight. It didn't look like he had been training or whatever. He looked like he was just out there, fighting,
filling the space.
Yeah, basically. So when I saw that, I was like, all right, okay. But now that you said that he didn't fight on Saturday, it makes more sense. Like, yeah, okay,
probably.
I see that. But anyway, so the first fight, it was kind of uneventful, was it? I can't remember anything about that was like that stood out. Really.
The tension between the fight between Ray and Trey, Ray Mendoza and Trey was a little bit. Okay. Was a little bit just because of last time they fought at the Battle of Atlanta. I'm
gonna say that I love Trey.
Yes,
but when is he not in? When is he not into it There's little sparks when Trey is fighting. Like it's just the way it is. Like, I don't think
I'm not sure.
Fight where Trey did it was a little static that
just a little
when Trey got in the ring. It's almost expected at that point. Like, all right,
correct. Well, but I mean, just due to their history.
Okay, so I don't think I remember.
Oh, Trey knocked out Ray.
Oh, okay then.
Last year, a couple years ago in team fighting, I believe.
That doesn't shock me. I'm not just because it's,
but like, yeah.
So that doesn't shock me too much. So yeah, okay, I can see that. And then, because I think I saw Jermon fight Rashad, I think, or was he fighting Ronald? I don't remember.
To be honest with you, I don't even remember.
Yeah, I don't remember
because we were up next, so I didn't even really pay too much attention to that. Yeah, he did. He was gutting him.
Yeah, I did see. Yeah,
he was gutting him. We didn't get there yet. We're not there yet, Joe.
That's the next fight. Yeah. He will. That's the next fight. But anyway, all right. So let's move on to you guys fighting straight up. So when I was watching that, I had an epiphany.
Okay.
I did. It was kind of weird when it was really weird, and it was involving you, Chris.
Okay.
Because when I saw you and Brandon fighting, I literally thought this was like that Will Smith movie where the old version and the young version were fighting each other. Dog, when I was sitting there watching, I was like, "Yo, that's Chris." Like I was looking at how they bounce. I was like, how they were moving, how they were trying. I was like, they fight. What is this? Like, what is happening right now? And so when he did the little tough thing, he tried to, I'm like, what is happening? Like, they literally are. Like, you came back and did something. I'm like, yo, fam, this is hilarious to me. Like, if nobody else sees this but me, but it is what it is. But yeah, it was a little static there.
Always fighters, because it's kind of like what you said.
Yeah, it was. I was
to be honest with you. Yeah.
They're each other. I don't think they even realize that they're fighting themselves. Like, it's kind of interesting to me to watch this thing. This is weird. But who was the first fight? It was
Lump and Romani.
Yeah, Lump ran too much. I thought he moved too much, and I was kind of like, take it a little bit more. You can pick him apart. I saw a lot of things that Romani was doing, and he did. I saw him in open weight, so I looked at that and I was like, oh, he's fighting. I like this kid. But I saw certain things that Willie should have stepped in on, and different things he did, but he moved a little too much, and I was like, okay, I guess he's just trying to keep the score low. So, but in my eyes, I thought that was the round where y'all could have won and got some points on that particular round.
Did Willie lose that round?
I don't know what the score was.
It was 1-0, yeah.
Yeah, it was like that. It was like that type of fight where I don't know who actually won, what they gave to people. It was just I don't know. Yeah, it was just like
Willie lost by 1 so to Romani. But yeah, I agree. I thought there were some key things, like he caught underneath the kick and turned, and I would have been like, that's a all day.
Yeah,
and there were a couple of different things, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. You never know. I started off sluggish and got caught sitting, so like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't think he was going to explode as quick, and then I woke up, switched sides, and then kind of jumped back into the fight a little bit.
As I was watching you fight, it did seem like he was kind of like you was there, but you wasn't really like there.
I wasn't like, there.
You wasn't how you was at the compete in California today. So.
Right. Or at Gays when that team,
right?
Yeah. So that's like I said, it wasn't. I don't want to say it was like you look slow. It looked like your motor wasn't going on the way you needed to go.
It was just off. Yeah, I was flat. Yeah. And it wasn't the best. I watched it like, it's not good.
I mean, there was some certain things that I thought, like we mentioned before, like there's some certain. It was one that I thought they gave you a 2 point, and I thought it should have been a 1, and they gave you a 1 when it should have been a 2. Something weird like that. And I was like, all right, okay, I don't really know what happened here, but okay. It is what it is.
I wasn't really sure what was going on with
it was interesting that fight, but then we get into
Kevin and Bailey.
And I still I because it was teams, I didn't know who. I know straight up won the team fight, but I didn't know who
what
won.
The final score was.
No, that fight between Kevin and Bailey. I knew that Bailey then the straight up team won.
Right.
But I didn't know what the score was between that.
I think that was either tie or a 1-point fight. And I can't remember how that finished out, to be perfectly honest with you, because I don't remember the final team score.
Yeah, I had no clue. And I just remember they were cheering. I was like, okay, so they won. I knew it. I was like, all right, straight up won. So, all right, we go on to the next. Go on to the next fight, which was ATL
and straight up,
where there was some fireworks. There was some fireworks, some talking, some mess talking. Ended 11-14. Jeremy said. He said it ended at 11-14. And when I saw
their score tied, then
I was sitting there like, I want to know what was actually happening. That was the time I wish I was actually there at the battle, because there was almost every fight there was a potential other fight, because we start with Jalen and
Romani.
Yeah, it was Romani, right? Yeah, it was Jalen and Romani, and Romani. It looked like Jalen was just moved up to men's.
Yeah,
that's what it looked like. He looked like a young fighter trying to get off. Romani, did he just move up too?
I think he's been up for a little bit.
I think, okay.
But I don't know where he's fought at so far as an adult nationally.
Yeah. Because I was watching him. I was like, all right, this kid is nice. I've seen him. I've been watching him because he's been commenting.
Right. He's been watching. He's watching now. Like, he's laughing now.
Yeah. He's laughing right now. But yeah, so when I saw it, I was like, okay. And he was picking Jalen apart, right?
Yes.
And they got up. I don't know how much they got up, but they
won
that round. He won that round.
Oh, by a good bit. It was probably like 5 or 6 or something like that.
About to be my first full year. I only fought adults at Ocean State in 2019. Okay, yeah. So he just moved up last year, and this looked like Jalen's first year, and then like Romani was just in a better position to actually compete and win. You know what I mean? He just looked like a more seasoned fighter and in control of the fight.
Yep, 100%.
Yeah. So, and I was just like, all right, cool. He 7-1. So yeah. So and then Jalen got a little frustrated. And it was hidden. It carried out outside the ring. We couldn't see it. I just saw they went over there, and I saw Trey moving. And I saw Brandon come from this side. Like Trey was like, I was like, all right, something about to happen over here. I was thinking like, I started looking at the size of all of them. I'm like, I don't think they want that linebacker coming toward them like that. Right? So. All right, now let's see this. So, and I thought about it in Atlanta too. I don't know. I was like, all right, let's see how this road plays out. But you being there, Chris.
Yes.
What was your take on all of this? The sparks that start to fly.
It was just heated competition that got a little too far. I mean, kind of normally how it happens. It's nice to see a little bit of gur in fighting. Even with me and Brandon's fighting, the energy between us and straight up, then as they move forward, the Atlanta home team and stuff, it was nice to see that, nice to have that, but it did get a little excessive.
What do you mean by excessive? Just the barking back and forth?
Yeah, the barking back and forth, and then it kind of escalated until someone had to step in between. So I mean, this is kind of how it works out sometimes. Kind of hope for not, on the political side of it, you hope you don't see stuff like that happen. On the fan side of it, it's nice to see energy and
listen, it's entertaining when Travis like, I can't wait to hear more about this. Chris is there. Chris,
I would have come in my car and drive up there and like, yo, what's going on?
hey man, tell me what's up.
So was they really about to fight? Was it about to be a Royal Rumble in a battle?
It was a battle.
Listen. When is there usually not a battle at the Battle of Atlanta, or almost a battle at the Battle of Atlanta?
That's true. That is true. That is the place.
I can name on more than 2 hands.
Remember the year Trevor and Jody actually kind of was getting a little heated?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was nice.
Oh,
I was like, oh yeah, let's go, boys. Let's see what y'all gonna do. Let's see what y'all about to do. Let's go.
Yeah, there's been too many at the battle, or maybe not too many, but there's always been something.
It's always some static going on, and so then that led me into the second fight, which was Trey and Brandon. And I was interested to see how Brandon handled Trey, with Trey being about 250, right? Brandon being about 170. I was like, all right. Brandon usually is the bully in the ring and gonna throw some late shots. And I'm thinking to myself, if you throw late shots at Trey, he is liable to pick you up and slam you on your head. So I'm curious to see how this is gonna play out. Like, no, I'm serious. I was glued at that point.
Listen,
we were in the room. Sorry, let's go ahead.
Nah, I'm just like I mean, I remember Trey kind of coming up as we was all coming up. Obviously I fought with his dad probably more than him. But I had fought him a few times. And just like hearing like how
I remember when you fought him.
This is like the character. I've never seen that in him. Like, even when he and I fought, like we fought like hard fight, but it wasn't that extra. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like just hearing it's like it's funny to me. Not funny to me, but I'm kind of smiling.
Look, if you talk to Trey is like one of the nicest human beings.
Oh man,
Trey is a great dude. So
100%.
When he gets in that ring, he'll be cool.
Switch.
If you hit him, it's like
hit you back.
I got to get you back, and I don't care how I got to get you back. If you keep hitting me,
I'm gonna get you back.
I'm going to get you. So I was curious to see how it happened, and then what I didn't foresee was the body side kicks that he was catching Brandon with.
Right.
Now I will say this is straight up better be glad that it was Pro Mac 1-point body kicks instead of 2-point body kicks at this particular point, because he was catching them. It was solid too, like
boom. Like, you can hear him in the ring, like ooh.
Yeah. I was like, ooh, okay, all right, let's see how this goes. He caught him about 2 or 3 of them, and I was just like, yeah. And I could see Brandon got a little hesitant. But it wasn't going to change the fight.
No, but I think a little bit came down to where he was like up 6, so he didn't have to really do a whole lot. He didn't. So like he went to go check out once or twice, see what was going on. Oh, I didn't really like that, so here we go, and just kind of circled and moved, and it was like, why?
Yeah, I mean, let
fight.
Let Bailey close it out with a 5-6 point lead. You good?
Right, exactly, and that's pretty much what ended up happening because he started slowing it down. But I was interested in seeing if there was going to be some bravado, and it wasn't a bad fight. It was just all right. Nothing crazy happened.
Right.
Move on to the next fight. Brandon did the smart thing. He tried to get up on him. Like, all right, well, I'm not gonna force it.
Right. I'm not gonna force it. Not gonna make any mistakes. Not let the gap close anymore.
Yeah.
So let's just.
Yeah. And was it? It was after that fight. It was a little tiff, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was after that fight or if it was after
it was that fight, not the Jalen fight. It was that fight. The jaw jacking was in the first fight. Where they got kind of close nose to nose off camera where you guys couldn't see because y'all were watching the live stream, right?
I was watching Point Fighter.
Yeah, and they were right squared on the ring, and then they went over to the left side over by where Trey and ATL side. No, because they were outside of the ring, and they were
twice because after it was like in between the fight because Brandon bowed and I guess he dapped people up. But then he started walking over, and I didn't see what happened. Then some people had to go and grab Brandon and pull.
That's when the comments came, and then the initiation happened, and then the de-escalation happened a little quicker.
Yeah,
but not before it got too close. I was like, yeah, that's too close. That's too close. Even for me, I kind of took a little hesitant and half step back just to kind of see what was like. It's a little close. And then they went and got him, and I was like, oh all right.
Yeah.
Well. And then Trey just walked, and then Jay and Bailey fought.
Just so you guys know, y'all kind of giving like a half. You're not telling the whole story. Y'all giving like a little part of it. But like you're not saying like, okay, Trey went over there, this person went over there, they kind of got head. Like you mean like you're not giving the full story. So you got to somebody got to give the full story. Chris is like, yeah, I got a little heated, but we have to like give the full story. I wasn't there. Give the full story. Let's go.
The only person here who can get that full. I was watching. I just saw. I couldn't see what happened.
But you know,
they were
people.
Just words.
They were words thrown back and forth at one another between people and other people, and then the two people who were already in the ring decided they got a little closer.
What people? Just somebody in the crowd?
Chris don't want to say names. Chris don't want to say names.
Oh, come on, man. Get off that.
Man,
fence.
you know, all right.
Let's
So you already who's the coaches straight up? Los. Who would get into words with anybody, Los?
Okay, Joey G, yeah. All right.
So Joe, and then yeah, I think it was just kind of
that somebody said. Joe said, "Y'all, that's why y'all don't beat us."
Who said that?
Something to that effect. And Trey said, "I can't." I don't know. Look, he said something that
probably shouldn't say to somebody else in this climate with the commentary. But they were just they you know
he said
just mad.
He said, y'all you don't know where y'all at. Y'all in Atlanta. Y'all might not make it home.
Okay. I mean that's Atlanta. Like
exactly.
You can't like you just can't.
It's Atlanta. You just can't.
You just can't. Just because you're in a karate tournament doesn't mean you could just talk to people how you want to talk to them.
That is true.
Especially if you don't know like the true pedigree of where someone comes from. So if a person comes from a different place and you just think you could just speak how you want to speak, it could have a different outcome from it. And if you're in Atlanta, it's totally different. No,
yeah,
am I right?
Pretty much. Yeah. So that's kind of I mean yeah. So in the nicest way possible, I could not say that as eloquently as Los just said it, but yeah, that's pretty on point.
I get it.
Right?
What you mean, but you know,
but yeah.
And
so I mean, words became a little bit heated words, and then I think like Brandon was kind of like, "Hey man, you can't talk to my people like that," and then they just broke it down. But like,
which I mean, I could see that happening too. Like that's
all of that.
Like, you
know, it's just it is what it is. So I mean, and that once it went away.
So with that being said,
why couldn't you just say that? Why all this? Put it out there. Let's go. Like you know what I mean? Like no, like people gonna beef with you over it. Like if it is what it is, just address it.
People don't beef with me really.
Yeah, so just let it be what it's gonna be. I was curious. I didn't really understand what y'all was talking about. I was trying to follow along, and when you said like Trey, and you said words of extreme, like, well, who on the straight up team was barking at Trey like that? But if you say coach was, and I know that I can see that happening for sure. They don't hold his tongue for many people.
Many. I don't really think I've ever heard Joe hold his tongue at all.
He don't hold tongue for many people.
Like at a wedding, I don't like.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so then it was Bailey versus Jermon right after that, and Jermon looked like he hadn't been training, and Bailey just handled him, was playing with him basically. In my view, when he fought, it wasn't even close. He just kept stepping in. He moved, bang bang. Jermon. I think Jermon caught him with a kick to the head.
Yep.
It was like a flash, like pow. He just caught him.
Yep.
But
I think for Jermon though, he's such a long range fighter that someone like Bailey could cut off his long range probably too quick. Whether he was training, and I think the long range fighting and the way that Bailey is able to move, I think it would have kind of capitalize a lot on what Jermon's able to do.
I think Jermon wasn't minding his distance. He was just bouncing.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was just bouncing.
Yes.
Getting ready.
He was
and
bouncing.
Trey was coming. Bailey was doing his closing the gap, playful thing, and then bang, he just stepped in and got him.
It's funny that you say that too, because I was watching him and Kevin fight, Bailey and Kevin, and I was watching his footwork and his movement, how it set things up, and I could see where you could see like some of what you were saying, how you would love to see him and Raymond fight, because I was watching how he was like his movement, but the way he was taking off, it was like you didn't realize he was that close to him, and he was able to get there like so fast. And I was like, wow, okay.
That's
his thing. And that's his key. But that was one thing I was watching of it. I'm not gonna break down that fight, but we'll move on to the next part. No. I just thought about it.
What are we doing?
No.
He's talking about another fight. He's talking about another other thing.
I said somebody has to figure out a way to take that away from him. That way of cutting that off, and that's going to be interesting because the first that I thought about it was like, I'm gonna say this to when we talk about Bailey and Jack. Right. It comes to that because Jack is used to that style of somebody moving his footwork. And
one thing I can say about Jack in that situation is that Jack can hit him in that little bit of space that he's trying to take off in. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So like, where again, Kevin's a longer range fighter. He has longer limbs, so it's a little bit harder for him to get a D side or something off as he's in that space, where Jack can either hit him in that space with a kick or he can go off before him. So,
and that's why I didn't want to jump into that one right now because we talking about the battle.
Okay,
I'm like, all right, I want to talk about that later.
That's why I knew I was trying to wave it off. I was trying to
we'll talk about that later.
My bad, guys. My bad.
All right, so let's move on to the open weight divisions. Yes. How many? I only caught literally the last part of it.
I think there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fighters, 5 or 6.
Yeah, okay. Then I didn't catch the last part because I think I saw
Romani won a fight.
The last two last two Bailey and Kevin?
No,
was it? That was no. That was the semis on that side. Romani won the other bracket. Kevin beat Brandon, and then fought Bailey, and then Bailey won. So it was Romani and Bailey in the final, and then they didn't fight about it and split or whatever they did. I don't know what they did. I don't know.
I thought they were going to go to. I thought there might be in the finals or something like that, but I wasn't sure if there was a finals there or whatever.
No, they didn't do a finals. They just ran it all down and had grand champions.
Chris, when you was a kid, were you the type of kid that would see a fence and could just jump on it with 2 feet and stand on the fence? And then decide if you're gonna go over the fence, not off the fence. You don't talk about how we used to, when you're younger, you just jump on the fence and just stay there and just balance yourself on the fence. I'm staying right on this fence. I ain't going this way. I ain't going that way.
But yes, actually, I could do that.
Oh,
I just feel like you had them ninja skills where you just be able to just stand there and just 2 feet, jump on the fence and just be right there. You know what? It was good. I'm not gonna get too much into it. I'm gonna stay right here and balance myself.
Because you never knew what was on the other side. You had to make sure.
Yeah. You got to make sure. You know what? Listen, I'm not even following none of those lion dens right now.
Nope.
Nah. I will say this. I thought Bailey looked sharp.
Yes.
And I thought he was picking Kevin apart.
I thought he looked sharp.
I thought he looked sharp. I definitely thought he was clean. Yeah.
I mean, it was like you saw it. It was like Bailey looks like the better fighter right now. It just is what it is.
On Friday, on Friday. I really wanted it.
Did they fight on Saturday?
No.
Nope.
No. Nope. Saturday was a whole different animal.
Why is that?
Because they didn't.
They didn't do it. They didn't do overall. They only did a lightweight brand and a heavyweight brand.
They're in 2 different spots. Got it.
They ran them based on the NASCA divisions.
How was the lightweight competition in that realm as far as before you got to Bailey? How was everybody else in theory?
You talking about in the open weight?
No, the division. Because he won the division, right? Division.
Who? Yeah.
Bailey won the lightweight grand, right?
Yeah. Trav, he moved to Saturday already.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. We saw on Friday. My bad.
I was gonna see what thoughts. I guess it's nothing really to break down there.
Nope.
Bailey just looked good. It was only 5 people in the division. Romani, I don't remember who the other person Romani fought. Who do you remember? Who?
I don't even remember either. Yeah. Maybe Ronald.
Yes,
Ronald was in that division.
I think it was Ronald.
It might have been Romani.
I think it was Ronald. And yeah, Romani I just handled Ronald. If I remember, whoever Ronald fought, they handled him. And I just thought
it was Romani.
Whoa.
It was Romani, and then Brandon lost to Kevin, and then Kevin lost to Bailey.
And then Bailey beat Romani. Oh, they didn't even fight.
No.
Okay. Fight. All right. So that was it. That was the end of Friday night. Anything in forms wise? Was anybody? Matter of fact, let's just go overall forms. Did you see anything that was you thought oh shoot, that person's on today? Who was there? I know Rashad was there. I'm assuming he did. He competed.
Rashad did a extreme broom form.
So what?
Like a broom, like a sweep broom.
I love Rashad. What?
Are you?
He pulled out a broom.
A broom, an extreme weapon broom. It had.
I know Rashad was. I don't know which one that would have my voice. I just want to hear my voice. But anyway,
come on, director. But no, it was wrapped like it was a bow, like an extreme bow and everything.
Los.
Bro, bad.
I was trying to comment on Romani's comment in the thing, but I can't do it.
Yeah. So that was the broom.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to go back and look at that because I want to see this broom weapon.
And the Connor Chastain kid won most of the other divisions. streams,
Connor Chastain?
musical. Yeah.
From down here?
No, who are you talking? Connor.
I saw about like you say Connor Chastain. I was like, wait, who?
Chastain, he's on Team Infinity. I'm not 100% sure where he's from. Jeff, come on, man. Jeff will fill it in.
Jeffopedia, go ahead and drop that comment down there.
Handle that. But yeah, he's on Team Infinity. He looked pretty good. Drew Bisbee won the traditional challenge against.
Congratulations, Drew. Supporter of the show and the Martial Arts Center Network. Go
absolutely.
ahead.
And then, oh man, on Saturday they did it wild. On Saturday,
He's from Illinois.
Okay, cool.
Right.
He was pretty good. So a couple little things. We'll get into that here in a second. But, I judged the traditional challenge. I was judging a lot of the time that I wasn't.
What was the traditional challenge?
Just it's classical forms, like no made up forms and all that kind of jazz. I think it's supposed to be open weight for traditional forms.
Yeah. All right, we're moving on.
Lost you 100%.
Yeah. All right. So then let's go into the fighting for
with
Saturday,
a couple of expletive deletes runs. In there. What happened?
Divisions.
Saturday
fighting.
I thought we was doing forms, bro. I was in the forms mood.
Well, go ahead. You was like, I'll talk about it later. I'm like, I don't know what happened. I literally did not watch forms, so
okay. So I know.
Like a shot.
Wait, hold on. Before you go, did Eugene Kid said he did triple commas?
Oh, I missed that one. I was judging.
I actually did the broom, triple comma.
Oh, the double-sided Japanese spear was dope. And then
double-sided Japanese spear, like.
Yo, Rashad is just like, he is like one of the most creative people. I just like watching him because I don't know what he's going to do.
I enjoy watching him.
Yeah, I just don't know what he's going to do. He's going to pull something out and you're going to be like, what is this? Like, what are we doing right now? And he's just, and it looks cool. And it's like,
bro,
that's why I want to see what this broom is. Like, what?
Bro, you pull it up. It's on the, we put it on the live, or they put it on the live. It was, I think he recorded it and did it. There's pictures. Oh yeah, bro, you got to watch it.
Yeah, I'm going to have to watch that.
It was dope.
I'm really going to have to watch that because I'm really interested in seeing that now and how he pulls off triple commas.
Right.
Yeah.
Triple, like. Probably has one in the belt and and then juggles.
Got one probably in the air, and I don't know. Like it's the stuff these kids are coming up with. It's just like, yo.
You said he juggled the commas? Like
no, I was joking. I told you I missed it. I was judging forms down on the other side when they were going.
I'm gonna have to look for that because I'm interested.
I am too now.
What he had going on.
I didn't know that. I knew all the other ones. I saw all the other ones. I judged one of them. I judged the double belt in grands.
Okay.
But
well, anyway. Go ahead and finish your forms report.
All right, man. So we got all the way down to the divisions. Connor Chastain beat Garrett Lee in traditional Japanese, and there was a bunch of stuff. Yeah, Garrett was there. Garrett, Mimi. And
I heard Rashad. I heard Regina, and I saw Willie. I heard Regina yelling.
Yeah.
On Friday.
She won. Friday open weight against Riley. And then she didn't have anybody. They didn't have anybody for teams, and then that was it. And then Lumpo actually won 30+ grands.
That's on Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday morning.
Yeah, Saturday.
I was one of the first.
We're not on Saturday yet. We're not on Saturday.
We are on Saturday. We moved to Saturday.
No, when do we transition to Saturday? There's got to be a slide that come up.
When you was typing your funky comment, you was a little more concentrated on something else. Just saying.
But anyway, all right, back to forms, man.
So we get to the forms grands. All right, we'll do forms. What do we get into forms grands? It was just Connor and Shaquan.
Yeah, I thought he won something.
He did. Shaquan won partner everything in forms. Didn't win. I don't think he didn't win weapons. Connor won weapons.
Okay, so those two going at it for grands.
Well, yeah, just Connor for traditional forms and Shaquan. But Drew was supposed to be allowed to be in that division because he won 18+ traditional challenge. That's always been a rule that he was judging over in the other room. And then they said because he had already competed in the 50+ grands that he couldn't do 2 grands. So he was a little salty about that. I didn't know that was the rule because I said, listen. Because earlier this year, Romel, Trav's boy, won 18 plus and 30 plus grands at Compete this year. And then this other dude, Donis from DKS, we'll get there, Los. I just brushed by you real quick. We'll get there. This dude, Donis from DKS, he's a Kung Fu guy. He won and competed in the 30 plus grands earlier. And then he won 18 plus grands that same day. But they didn't let Drew do it. And they didn't give him the choice to see which one he really wanted to do.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Fam, he was a little mad.
I mean, I would be too. Like, wait, what?
I think the definitive rule on hand says you can only compete in 1 grands, and technically, since he competed in the 50 grands plus 50 plus grands first, he wouldn't be allowed to compete in that one. But like, if you're already letting people do it in
why
this
is that
year,
even a rule? Let's start there.
Fam,
why is that even
say
a rule?
that again? Why is that a rule? I don't understand. I was arguing with him all day about that. I was like, hey, why can't you know what? While we're on this topic, why can't I do 18 plus and 30 plus? Don't y'all just want money for divisions? Isn't that good revenue for y'all?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't get that.
And they looked at
what
me
were you
like,
about to say?
Yeah. He was say why you don't like.
I forgot.
I'm talking about Romeo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No. No. We're good.
Okay.
Moving on.
Okay. But yeah, so that was a dilemma in that one. So they kind of had a little.
Wait, why you call him Travis Boy?
Who called him Travis Boy?
Romeo. Because Romeo got me disqualified when I was doing forums in Vegas that one time. We went on SCS when we all had to do forums.
So I was gonna go back to Romeo. Remember when we was all in Atlantic City and we went to that club? That's a whole different. That's all topic one. I'm sorry.
And then, man, we were on the tournament, man. We was on the tournament.
No, we was at a tournament. It was actually at a tournament. We went to Atlantic City. We walked into a club. Me, Travis Ski was like, nah.
You
remember what I'm talking about, right? Okay, all right. I'll say no more. But that's always been my. And then I remember.
Yeah, we were like, yo, this is not for us. We'll check y'all out later.
So anytime you say Ramel, that's like what I'm thinking. Like, damn, we just walked in that mess.
No one. He's like, wait, why is that Travis Boy? Like, nope, not going there, buddy. Not going there. All right, let's move on before we get canceled. All right, so let's get. All right, what's more? All right, so Shaquan
and then so Connor and Shaquan were in grands, and then God bless America, that boy jumped out of the building.
That's to do with all the highlight videos, right? Where he like jumping and kicking college ceilings and stuff.
Yeah. Jesus is my blessing. But he updated that now. I think it's Shaquan Parsons now, but yeah.
But my man just and then you know what the dopest part for me was? He stood there in one spot and just showcased his hands and his shifting abilities and his creativity before he jumped out of the rafters again. Like, so I was like, see, he threw creative kicking, dude did some cool stuff. So I was impressed with his form this weekend. I thought he reminds
me of a young Jason Tankson. Remember how Jason used to just
just jump like yo.
I thought I was getting hyped. I thought I was like jumping. I was doing some stuff when I was doing my stuff back there as far as forms and stuff. But I always gave Jason the props because he was always shorter than me. Right. So although I'm jumping and it appears that I'm going higher because I'm taller, he was shorter and still getting that same height, if not higher. And that always impressed me with him.
Yeah, Jason was a freak athletically. Like he just ridiculous, like stuff he was doing. Yes. I could see that. I could see that comparison between him and Shaquan, as far as their height and how they're jumping, how high they jump, and kick and throw, and it's still clean. It's not like it's just
no, it's not ugly.
It's still tight.
That dude, that boy, he deserves everything that's been happening for him. That's a good dude. That's a good kid too.
He is. He's a real good kid. All right, so we got anything else with the forms weapons?
No, weapons. Donis, the 30-plus-year-old gentleman from DKS, he did Kung Fu. He did whip chain, and he won. He beat the kid. He beat Rashad, who had a little bobble with his bow on his double bow, and then the Connor kid, who did Kamas. So that was it, and then that was it.
Right, old man pulled it out.
Yeah, 30 plus one.
Old people. That's right. Clean. That's us.
He was clean. His weapon was clean.
Not me. I'm a little higher.
I'm just saying.
I could have used you for team fighting. 30,
30+.
40, and 50. We had some.
Oh, did they have it really? Who was
Yeah,
it?
he won 30+ winning forms. Like, yeah. So, yeah. Shout out to that. What's his name again? Adonis?
Adonis.
All right. Shout out to you, Adonis. All right.
And then divisions. Yeah. They were split up originally, and I talked him into just having the three of us and then find a substitute for me when Kevin fought to just run it all in one ring and just fight it down. Bang, 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 bang. So that's what we ended up doing.
Yeah, I got a little confused. I wasn't sure who was in what division because when
we
y'all
started
like
jumping back and forth a little bit.
And stuff?
What?
Were y'all like switching in between divisions? That's why I was like, wait.
I was running, bro. We were on efficients. We run efficiently.
Okay.
So the first, there were three in the heavyweight. There were three in the heavyweight. Yeah, there were there because there were like 4 in the super lightweight, which ended up being 3. One kid got protested out. 2 people got protested out already.
Well, why did they get protested out?
Okay, so first off, there were 5, and then they canceled Willie because they said Willie can't fight 30 and win 30+ grands and then fight 1829. So they canceled Willie.
All right.
But so again, they let somebody else compete in 2 age groups already earlier in that day.
Really?
Makes no sense. Adonis. He did 1829s and 30+.
I didn't know he did 1829. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
That's how he won 1829 grands.
I thought you said 30+. I thought he won 30+ and then came and did 30.
He won 30+ grand forms grands, and he didn't win 30+ weapons division, but he won 1829 weapons division, and then he won 1829 weapons grands. So on the same tournament, they let somebody else compete in 2 different age groups in the same category, but they wouldn't let other people do it. And that's what the stink was about.
Okay.
You missed it. Your people missed it. So if you already let him do it, why wouldn't you let us do it in the same token?
Well, that's messed up.
So,
all right.
So he couldn't
Willie. Fight.
And then the other kid, they found out, even though he was 18, he turned 18 2 days ago. He had previously registered and fought in 16-17. So he fought in 16-17 in the division and just thought he could do 18-29 as well. And then they wouldn't let him fight 18-29, even though he turned 18 2 days ago. But because of the year cutoff and all that nonsense, he was registered and he was still allowed to be 16-17.
That's one thing I did like about the NBL is like when I hit that 35, 36-year-old age,
you could do both.
I could do both. Yeah.
Right. Waco does the same thing. I don't understand. That was my, after all the arguing about the ages, that was my like, hey, can we make this a rule? Don't y'all like that extra $20 in your pocket for the extra division? Don't the divisions look bigger even when we're at a smaller event?
Yeah. What is
the downside to all of this?
Because most of the time you're gonna have probably like most times you're probably gonna have your sharper or your more cleaner, I guess most time, but your cleaner fighters are going to do both. The fighters that are going to actually like, if I'm a competitor, I know I can still compete in this age bracket.
Why not?
But I also like, I used to, honestly, for me, like when I would fight both divisions, I would use the one kind of as almost like a
warm up for the younger one.
Absolutely. To get my stuff going, get my timing right and things like that. So when I went down to the faster guys or the younger guys, I was still able to kind of be, kind of moving,
Right.
Yeah, 100%. I agree with that. Only thing I can see the reasoning behind why they don't do it is efficiency. If somebody's in one ring fighting and
I'm
not saying it's right. I'm just saying that's the only reason I can see them saying this.
And I even agree with that. But then you just make it a thing saying, we're not gonna, if we can't go to the next fight without holding up the next bracket, we're not. You just have to bow out of that.
You're disqualified.
Division.
Yeah,
you're disqualified. That's it.
Yeah.
If you're holding up moving to the semifinals because it's your match and we can't fight the other one down, then yeah, you're DQ'd and you're out. But you know what I mean. If you're at the first one in the bracket of 8 and there's 3 more fights that we can run while we're waiting for you, then you come over. That should be fine. If you don't make it, fine, DQ. But I mean, I don't really think that's that hard to do.
It's not, but that's the only argument I can see them making. Well, there is another argument, which
the reason why they created the 30+ division.
Exactly. The reason why they created 30+ because they didn't want the older people who were beating up on the younger people when they
to be discouraged, and they were dropping their numbers. And
because basically
they couldn't beat X, Y, Z, A, B, and C. Correct.
Yeah, there was a young person they wanted to start to see get some shine, and they didn't want some of the older cats to be beating up on the young.
What?
Who was that?
Who was it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know who wanted the shine, but I don't know who needed the shine.
Anthony
But
Price,
I know
my uncle, and those guys, and they didn't want
Tony,
the younger guys who were coming out.
They moved them and made them move to 30, whatever, 34 plus or whatever it was before they changed the bracketing all weird.
And
but yeah,
fighting against them. Yeah,
and told them they could not fight down.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
that's where all this came from. They didn't want Anthony and my uncle and some of the other guys to keep winning that division. They wanted to get some of the younger cats. They want to kind of phase them out, basically.
Wow.
But it was what it was. Anyway, so let's move on to fighting. Let's get to it. Let's get to Saturday's fighting. Lightweights. What happened?
Super lightweight. Who came out of that? Geez, I don't even remember who came out of the super lightweight division.
Me neither. I didn't see the super lightweights. I just saw because I remember when they ran grands. I only saw Bailey's.
Rashad? Did Rashad come out of that? Did Rashad win that division? No, Rashad.
I only saw when they ran grands. When you guys were running grands, I saw Bailey fighting. Who did he fight for grands?
For overall grands, he fought Dylan from Unity.
Right. And so I saw
Dylan had nobody in his division, and neither did Ronald. Dylan beat whoever won the super lightweight division out of those three. I can't remember. Yeah, it was Rashad. Okay, so I was right. It was Rashad. Right. And then Dylan beat Rashad. Yeah. Dylan beat Rashad. And then Bailey beat Ronald. And then that brought it into the 2-minute rounds.
He beat Ronald spread. George?
No.
Ronald
was from Miami.
From Miami.
I don't think I know this.
Huh?
I don't think I know by the C. He went by the
C. He went by the C?
Cabrera. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Bailey beat Dylan by 10.
He didn't even let it get to the second round.
Well, I'm not sure. Well, because typically in NASCAR, there is no spread in overall grands. So I walked over to Greg. I walked over to Greg and I was like, hey, are we doing 2-minute rounds with a 10-point spread for overall grands? He kind of looked at me. I was like, yeah, we are. Good. And I walked away. And Bailey was like, are we doing 10 spread? I was like, yeah, we're doing 10 spread.
You don't want to watch too much Bailey and Dylan go at it for 2 rounds? No, fam,
I did not. Dylan, I like Dylan. I respect Dylan. He's got a great leg. He's fast, but I didn't want to watch that for 2-minute rounds. No. I don't want to judge that for 2-minute rounds.
There's
clearly 1 point over here. Go. Ready. Break. 1 point over here. Ready. Go. Break. 1 point over here. Ready.
Yeah, it was just like that. It was to the point where you saw because is that the fight where he threw like
where he did the 720.
Bailey
jumped 720.
Yeah,
and then did the cheat. Yeah. No, that was that fight.
He was playing with him at that point. It was like
yes.
And then I saw. Then it was
Kevin had people in his division. Kevin had like Romani, I believe, in his division.
Yeah.
And then Brandon didn't have anybody. And then light heavyweights had.
I have no idea who those 2 people
or 3 people.
I had no idea who those 2 people were.
I didn't either. I had no idea. Well, no, the light heavyweight dude was all by himself. That was the dude from, I think, Rick and Nikki Lee's school.
Okay.
Josh Bailey was coaching them.
I didn't know who the heavyweights were. I was just looking like.
Darrell won heavyweight.
Rel,
the dude that takes all the pictures and stuff. He be coming over to the dojo all the time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so he fought 18 plus. He won 18 plus heavyweight. No. He had the black and gold on. He lost to the dude in black and red for the heavyweight grands.
Okay.
Dude in the black and red, he was the only one in light heavyweight. So he only he fought Rel and then he fought Kev.
Right. And yeah.
Trey didn't fight on Saturday?
Nah.
Nope. That's just I don't know.
And then Kev beat Brandon, and then Kev beat the dude from South Carolina.
Yeah.
Can't remember his name.
I don't know, but it was uneventful on Saturday. The most in
the division, I think, was the 2 divisions that had 3. Kevin's division and Rashad's division, super lightweight, which potentially had 5, but was told to go.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was what it was, man. All right.
Yeah, man.
One thing I did want to shout out was hold on, I gotta go back to my notes. Yeah. Jim Haymore's shoe game.
Oh, fire. Day 1 and day 2.
Yeah, I was like, whoa. All right. Jim got some style. He got the J's on. He had the black and yellow J's, and he had the Concords on. I was like, all right. And I remember him having something on earlier this year, and I was like, oh, all right. Jim's a shoe head, and looks like, or a Jordan head.
J's.
Yeah, J's. I was like, okay.
We were joking around in the back in the referee in the judges' room. They have that little room over there on the side where they feed everybody Chick-fil-A and stuff.
Yeah.
And they were like, hey, at every ProMac event, we should do like assign whatever number you are in the year, and all the center referees have to wear those number J's for the year and make that part of our wardrobe. And they were joking about that in the background. People were like, oh, you got to step your J game up.
I was like, actually, when he came in with the second ones, I was like, all right, look, fam. All right.
Day 2 new shoe.
Yeah, brand new. I was like, all right. You
probably adjust yourself in the seat like how you just did too. You was like,
I did. I 100% like.
Dad, look at Jim Haymore in them kicks.
Right. But other than that, I'm glad they didn't do a nighttime finals because I remember in our chat he was like, it's over with. I was like, oh, bet. I gotta pay attention to this no more.
The finals started at like 3. But once we were running everything down, once we ran down the form stuff and we were running, and they started the fighting, it was like, it's fight time. Like, let's go. And we, it was me and then Jeremy in the centers. So like it kind of went pretty quick, you know.
We're nice to get out of a tournament by 4:30.
He's real experienced with the Uventech system and stuff. So, he knows how to like swap out or handle any of the problems that were there. So like, we're just like, hey, there are 3 in this division. He needs a rest. So instead of just sitting here waiting for like 2 minutes and then fighting, give me the first fight in the super lightweight division. Let's jump back and forth. Boom, we'll go over here. Boom, we'll go back over here. Boom, let's go here. Boom, 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 boom. And we got it to where we had the final 2 fights. And then I judged those, boom, 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 boom. And we got those for the final 3 fights on the lightweight side. And then I stepped out for the last fights for the heavyweight side just because Kevin was on the heavyweight side. And then we had Zach step in. So it was Jim, me, and Jeremy. And then when I stepped out, Zach Winder stepped in for judging.
Zach was there? Yeah. Okay, let me ask you this. Where were they?
Zach was there watching.
To me, the dojo in general.
Josh was there on
Friday. He was there. That's what I'm saying. But how come the other guys didn't fight? Do you know?
I don't know.
Like, where were the rest of the guys? Because
I don't know.
They're just sparring, so I was just curious, like, why didn't they compete?
Well, they only had 2. They only had 2. They would only had Devin and Zach. Who else would they have had? Ryan wasn't there.
I don't mean just in general for
Katana. She was there, but she didn't fight either.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but
the one student, Justin. Sorry.
Like, yeah,
Juliana didn't compete.
Yeah, J.O., James. Like, I was curious as to where any of those guys were. Like, how come they didn't compete or fight? Or
honestly, I don't know.
Especially with Josh was being the sponsor for the $1,000. I would have figured.
Yeah.
Right, for the open weight. Right.
Yeah, one of them.
I don't know. Devin. I don't know. Devin still he's just gotten back into the sparring since the whole tooth surgery, dental surgery, and stuff. Zach was really doing working out stuff, like his training videos and all that stuff that he was doing. So that was his first week back. That week he was at sparring, and then I don't know what's up with Key. I don't know why she didn't fight and go compete.
Yeah, I was curious about that. I was wondering, but because our mom fought, I saw our mom was there, right?
D fought, yeah, she did.
Yeah. I don't know. Who won women's? Do you know? Guess not.
There's one woman.
With Regina?
Oh no, it was only Riley.
So did she get the money?
Riley Rose. I don't know if she got the money. I think they just gave her a refund.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm. I guess. I mean, you didn't find anybody here. Just take the money back.
I think they gave her the ring and they gave her a refund.
Well, I can't.
They got rings for the overall grands.
All right, never mind.
What?
Like, I don't get that part. Like, here, take this ring and get your money back. Here's your $60 back. I don't.
But I mean, fam, $60 back is better than giving out the $500 for just signing up for $60. But
No, I'm saying
you were there, so you were the only one. I mean, here. I mean,
why get a ring?
What are they gonna do? What
like
are they gonna? What?
Like, why give the ring like you won something?
But what else are they gonna do with the ring? Like, I mean, honestly, at the end of the day, it comes down to probably customer service and saving money. It's probably a combination.
I think the customer service side of it for sure, and giving her back her money, but not
her
understanding.
Listen, I understand this is business, so I can't give you the $500 because you only pay $60 or whatever to compete. That makes no sense. But you are the only one here. We do want to honor you. We do want to say thank you and we appreciate you. So here's your ring for being the female fighter. But fam, we're not giving you that $500.
Yeah, she went undefeated.
And
she's the champ.
Had no wins. Undefeated and no wins.
But most partners you was undefeated. Nobody beat me today.
Right. On Saturday.
That's all you got to tell everybody. Nobody beat me today. Pow, look at that ring.
Chris.
Yes, sir.
I have a question for you.
I have answers for you, probably.
Do you have a Wikipedia page?
I don't think so.
You don't?
Okay.
I don't have a Wikipedia page.
Yes.
There we go.
You know who does?
There we go.
I'm serious, man.
Here we go with this.
You have a Wikipedia page.
There's a Wikipedia page?
There's on Wikipedia?
I was shocked.
You on Wiki?
How you just decide to go and see if people got Wikipedia pages? Like, who does that?
I wasn't trying to do that.
Like, how does it come up that Los got a Wikipedia page?
It was so odd. I was
pull it up too. This guy.
I was like,
what's it saying?
Wait,
it's got
what?
chapters and everything. You can
go when I went to make the video, I put your name in, karate, and then first thing popped up was Wikipedia, and I was like, wait, what? I was like, oh,
my bad, Los.
Yeah, it's an American martial artist from Central New York. He's a nationally recognized karate instructor and 14-time karate world champion. I said, oh, man, all right. I was going through it. I was like, dang. He a Renshi? All right.
He said he a Renshi.
Trav, you know what that means?
Man.
What's that? Yeah, it's a master, man. Which is a distinction given to master instructors holding a 4th degree black belt.
Stop reading it, man.
Oh, you read it.
You knew it. I said, do you know what that is, son?
Oh, I didn't know you knew.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, man. I was like, all right. He got the World Combat League, he got his WKC, the NBL. I was like, all right, he out here now.
Yeah, okay. Now listen. So I had a student who he does that, right? So he was just like, hey, I realized you didn't have a Wikipedia page, so I wanted to create this for you. So I kind of started like Googling and finding information about you. So I started creating something, and go take a look at it. Tell me what you think. So I was like, all right, I'll check it out. And then when I went and checked it out, it was accurate to what was pretty much my journey. And so I have a Wikipedia page. Thanks, Trav.
I didn't know it. Yo, that's right.
Right.
No, I'm not famous.
I was shocked. I was like, oh, didn't even think about this. Like, yo, all right, cool. But
he did it for me. I haven't even looked at it probably in a few years, but he did it for me. It was pretty awesome. I thought it was kind of like it's flattering to me that someone would think of me that way and felt that they wanted my information to be out in the public like that. So I didn't do it myself, so it wasn't like I just kind of he did it for me.
I don't care. I'm about to make mine.
You should.
Director.
You got different chapters. Yeah.
Straight out. But yeah, no. Wait, hold on. We off Battle of Atlanta. Let me change this banner. Anyway, what else we got? We got anything else to talk about this week?
Raymond.
Oh. Yeah, Raymond fighting on Saturday.
That is correct. Oh, that's not. Oh, there you go. I can't. What did it say? Wait.
I can. I will.
I will.
I will. All right. And
you already know.
Yeah.
Yes,
it was a double plug, son.
I'll see the NSP behind us.
Double plug, son.
Yeah.
They never stop believing.
Yeah. I got a Wikipedia page too.
Hey, you got to update that. Owner, founder, like the boss. You got to put the boss.
All right, so Chris, you dropped a bomb on us and told us who he was fighting this weekend. Who's
yeah.
Got his name.
Yeah, let me pull it up. Hold
on. Yeah. But yeah, he told us. I was just like,
Yeah.
It wasn't who I thought he was gonna be fighting.
Nah, not at all.
He's a striker. I was hoping he was gonna be able to get a bag fight.
It's funny too.
Because I was looking at, even though I was looking at the Bellator, the ratings, like they didn't even have him in the top 10 yet.
Nah, Peter Stanikok or something, Stanik, Stanonik. When I looked him up, like he's 5-4 as an MMA fighter, and he's fought all the way down to like 145 at some points. So like he's gonna kind of be a lighter dude, but he likes to stand and bang. Most of his wins are by TKO. So like that's kind of why they're feeding that in. But man, good night, sweetheart. Well,
it's not gonna even be pretty. It's funny because
we getting like a illusion twist heel kick to the face or something. Like it's not gonna be all right.
No, we need to up that ante a little bit because like when he fought the Asian Persuasion dude, I had like a student of mine. You know, he's a big Raymond fan, big MMA fan. So he's like, oh, he's fighting the Asian Persuasion. I went and looked up some of his YouTube videos, and I was like, it ain't even gonna be. It's not gonna be close. Like, oh, he can grapple, he can strike. That's like, there's like different levels to it. Like, you can't just be like, here's someone got a name, and you go look him up and be like, oh yeah, he's gonna be the guy that's gonna probably give him a challenge. Right. He ain't that guy. Like, I mean, like that's what I'm saying. Like, they got to get him. They need to. I will hope that he's 40, just turned 40, so he's got. He only has a few more years. Like, so don't keep stringing him along. Give him that opportunity to start climbing that ladder. If he's climbing the ladder, he can't get any higher in that ladder, then that's cool. But you got to give him an opportunity to be able to kind of climb that ladder to see what. I mean, he's 40, so he's only got so many more years.
True. Yeah, no, I agree.
Trav, what you looking up, Trav?
I wanted to see what's this called? Bellator 245. It's Saturday.
Yes.
I mean Friday, September
Friday, September the 11th.
Yeah, on the Zone and Paramount.
He's the first fight. He's the first fight on the main card.
First fight on the main card. Yep.
Okay, and it starts at 10:00. All right, so I was checking.
Man, I wish there's like I said last week. I wish there's letting spectators in. Man, I would love to have driven up. It's only 4 hours.
It's only right there at the Mohegan Sun, right?
Yeah.
How far is that from you?
Like 4 hours.
Okay.
I mean, sure. I flew all the way out to California a couple times.
Right. Exactly.
Vegas, like it is. So it's like whatever.
You gonna go down there?
No, they're not letting spectators in.
Oh, that's right.
So yeah.
Oh well. Oh my God.
Who else is on that card?
Trav, you got it up right now still?
Yeah, I got it up real quick. I just looked at the tail of the tape. They ain't got nothing on Peter. They just said he's 32. That was it. They had raised weight and everything. But all right, let me see what's on the card for. Looks like Phil Davis versus Machida.
Machida too.
Yeah. Kat Zingano versus Gabrielle Holloway. Huh?
No,
that's the same weight class, right? Machida and Phil Davis.
That should be 205. They should be 205. Okay. Machida went down to 185 for a little while.
Yeah, 205.
Yeah,
205. All right, Kat Zingano and Gabrielle Holloway. We got Ed Ruth versus Taylor Johnson, and the fourth fight is Raymond the Real Deal Daniels versus Peter Stanek. So
who you said was the main event? The last fight?
Phil Davis and Lyoto Machida.
Okay. And then there's another fight on Saturday too.
Yes, I have no.
Who's on that card?
Juan Archuleta and Patrick Mix.
I think Juan Archuleta is from.
John Fitch is fighting on that card. Okay. What were you saying?
I think Archuleta is from Raymond's camp out there, right?
Yes.
That's to do with the beard, right?
Yeah.
The red beard.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's defending his belt or something.
Yeah. Well, we got some comments. I ain't even saying anything. What did I miss? Oh, does the Asian Persuasion have a Wikipedia page?
What's up, Bobby?
David Clifton, he might have one.
Yeah. What up, Bobby?
Bobby Harris, what's up, brother?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, Raymond has a Wikipedia page. Chris, we got to get ourselves some Wikipedia pages.
Right. I don't know how to do that. I need Los's guide. You just go on there Wikipedia and just make up stuff about yourself. Because listen, if we can do that,
first of all my stuff is rather factual, so it's not just.
He said rather. You notice he said rather factual.
Rather factual.
It's not precise or nothing.
I mean,
but it's
we can go. I can go count them. You know what I mean?
I'm just messing with you, man. I'm just messing with you, man.
Oh yeah, man, you got your Bay Area's best stuff on here.
Dang, bro.
Yeah,
Bay Area's best was 98.
Yeah,
97, 98. I joined that team in the end of 97 going into 98.
Dang.
What's this one for 03 with Justice and Raymond?
That was us fighting. I think that was still Bay Area's best.
Yeah, that's what it said.
Best.
03,
Yeah,
best.
It was Bay Area's best, but we fought. Was it Super Grands? I think it was a Super Grands in Texas. I think that we fought there, San Antonio, one of those spots. That's when we fought. Who was it? Ninja, Matrix, Tyreek. Those guys came out and fought when they was with Victory. Who else was out there? A couple other fighters out there. It was good. I mean, we won and everything.
I like Justice.
I think that year, Willie beat Raymond in the teams division. And then I went out and I fought a kid named Brandon, and I beat him, and that kind of gave us our lead to doing everything. I think Willie beat him by like 1 or 2 points, something like that. And that was like the big, he beat Raymond. And then I think he beat him a couple more times too.
Yeah. All right. We got anything else? What else you got? We got anything else for this part?
No, man.
Who do you think called out Tyson before we hang up? Who do you think called out Tyson?
Oh, yeah. Let me see if I can figure that out.
You do know that Jesse just announced that Jason was going to be on that seminar thing. Do you think?
I did see that.
I did see that.
You know what I like?
That means they were in contact.
And Jesse said, "Stay tuned." He said, "All right."
I would like to see on that young gun thing. I would love to see Powell on there.
I think he's got to get out and get to a couple of more of these national events a little bit.
Hold on.
Okay.
Kodak said he really did. I'm a witness.
Oh, Kodak really gonna throw it in there some now too?
No. He said that somebody called out Tyson, and he said, "I'm a witness."
Okay.
Kodak's here.
Right.
Which would mean that whoever did it, Kodak would have had to have seen it. So that means that the person is either here or they were here this weekend. Chris, you look like you may have a guess who it might be.
Here we go again. Here goes that ninja move on the fence.
Nah. If that's the case, it might be the dude that's on Team ATL now, Hayden. That could be a fight. That could be kind of a fight. He's from United Karate. I think they moved closer to here. He's super, super tall, like 6'1", 6'2", maybe. Like I look up to him. Like I think he might be a little taller than Jamon, maybe Jamon's height. So whatever that is. But he got a good leg. He's developing his hands pretty decent. He's been over to the karate school. Came over on Sunday for the first time. He's going to come back and come out here a little bit more. He trains over there with Marcel and them a little bit as well. That could be. That boy don't seem like he got any back down in him. I've watched him for a little bit. Like he's been around here locally. So
I think I've seen the name. I don't think I remember seeing the kid fight. So if we'll be listening, waiting for the contract to be signed and to do the fight. So we'll see. I mean, we're 19 days away. So I'll be interested in seeing what happens with that.
Yeah,
as we all would.
As we all will keep our eyes tuned.
Yeah. All right. Anything else we got?
Nah, man.
No, I'm good.
It's a good weekend.
I'll save some stuff for next week.
Yeah, because I got stuff to say about other things.
Other things? Oh,
no, the other. Yeah.
Yeah, we went deep enough today. It's an hour and 20 minutes in, so I'm not gonna hold this too much longer. So I'm just gonna think about something. I had a thought in my head, but I want to really get it.
Let it fester
about
before
the top fighters out.
Yeah.
About really who ranking the top fighters out, and I really want to get my thoughts in here about it, and we'll talk about that next week, people.
The top fighters out in 2020 or just in general?
Over the last 2 years.
1920. Okay.
Yeah, 1920.
So as the curve happens. Okay.
1920 mostly.
Okay.
Yeah, I just want to get my thoughts together about, because something just kind of clicked with me watching this weekend, and I was like, and I'm trying to figure it out, and I want to say that to next week. But anyway,
okay.
We got anything else? You got to learn how to tease Los.
Yeah, I like the teaser. Yeah, listen, I'm
on
the edge of my seat. Can't wait the next Monday because Trav has got some stuff processing in his brain. He's going to
get ready to direct some stuff.
Yeah.
Boom! Y'all know what
formulating
it
a
is.
plan.
Yeah. But all right, we will see y'all next week. Hope y'all enjoyed the show. And
JD in the rolls and Luda's in the cut supreme.
Don't forget to check out tomorrow.
Yes, tomorrow. Fist Kicks and Flicks. They are doing. Oh, that is something I did this weekend. I did watch.
What? Oh, you watched all the Cobra Kai? I watched the first season of
Cobra Kai. I rewatched the first season of Cobra Kai, but I also watched the first Karate Kid. And I wanted to compare what was actually happening in the new Cobra Kai and all the callbacks they were doing. It was certain things that I had missed. I was like, oh shoot, that's why. Okay, I get it now. I see a lot of the correlation and how they flip in a lot of different things. Something I already knew, but there was some certain little subtle things
to really make you
like right.
Make it click.
First time, like because this is literally the first scene.
Right.
Is when Miguel comes and approaches Johnny at the first scene. He says, like, hey, is your water working? Ours isn't working. We just moved in 109 or whatever. And that's a callback to the original weekend Karate Kid where Miguel where Daniel go beat Mr. Miyagi, and he's because their water's not working, and he's super, and he used to come back. And so it was like subtle, really subtle things that I saw and picked up on. It was like, oh shoot. But yeah, I still don't know how y'all think that Johnny is the good guy and Daniel is the bad guy in that movie. I'm like, yo, I don't see this. Like literally, because y'all told me certain things. I was like, no, wait. I watched it again. I was like, he literally just pushed Daniel down. He pushed Daniel down, then made Daniel look stupid when Daniel tried to defend himself by not hitting him, but he's made him look stupid. And then he kicked him, turned aside, kicked him. That's why he was down. And then that's when he was going to leave it alone. That's when Daniel jumped up and punched him in the face.
Yeah, he was trying to leave it alone. He's like, look, I told you not to mess with me.
After I got turned aside, kicked in the stomach.
Stop. He didn't hit him first. Like, he was trying to move, kid. Move. Stop.
If somebody pushed you down,
you don't want to stop.
You want to get him back.
I get it.
Somebody pushed you down, Chris. You're going to want to get him back. You're going to stand up and try to get back.
I'm tackling you. We get it.
Exactly. Now you just looking stupid. But it is.
I'm not standing here like this, though.
Right. It is what it is, but it was a lot of callbacks. So I enjoyed that. But anyway, let's get off of that. Let's get the heck out of here.
Yeah. Alex said we on Inside Scoop time.
Well,
maybe. Whatever. It is what it is. What's up, Joe Perry?
Yeah, what up, Joe? All right, we'll see y'all next week. Make sure y'all listen to Fist Kicks and Flicks tomorrow. Make sure y'all pay attention to Inside Scoop. Listen to them, watch them on Wednesday.
They got an interview or not?
Thursday. What's that?
They got an interview or not?
Yes, they have Ross this week. Ross Levine is on Inside Scoop this week with Alex.
There you go. Shout out, man.
Right?
Then the main gang on Thursday.
The main gang on Thursday. We out of here, people.
We out, fellas.
Peace.
Peace.